everyone. Thank you for joining. Okay, thank you, Sisi. Love you for the response. Yeah, good afternoon. Right. So for today's lesson, we're going to show you how to create the custom steel, beam, and wall connection in Revit. Okay. So before we started, I would just like introduce. I would just like to introduce myself. My name is Anil Mira. I'm one of the application engineers at a CAD system. Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know at the chat box. Right, so this is the agenda for today's lesson. So first, I'm going to intro the definition of what is the steel connection in Revit, and then going to add wall and steel beam in Revit. Next, I'm going to create the steel plate, and then I'm going to add the box and anchor, and lastly, I'm going to show you how we create the setting after we create the steel connector, and then we customize it. Then we can use two other items, two other elements. Okay. Right. So first is the introduction. So in Revit, steel connection are structural connection family that join steel, concrete element, and concrete element. So steel connection can connect within steel and steel, or steel and concrete element. Okay, so these connections are modeled as parametric family and can be placed and modified within the Revit model. So other than we customize, there are ready-made steel connection that you can use other than we customize it. Okay, so you can simply modify. If you don't want to customize, you can simply modify the ready-made steel connection and place it in your model. So they are used to represent the physical connection between structural members, and they can be adjusted to match specific design requirements. Right? Okay. So okay, this is what we're going to create today. Let me share my screen. Okay, so more or less we will create like this kind of steel connection where we have the base plate connected to the wall, right? And then we add some anchor there. Now this is the steel connection for the beam, right? Okay, so straight away start with the tutorial. So I'm going to open my Revit here. So here I already created a basic wall. Okay, which is I create just straight wall here, right? And then from here, I'm going to add the beam. Okay, so to add beam, you just go to structure tab here, and then inside this structure panel, you will have this beam option. So you click on that one, and after you click that, it will pop up these properties. So this is the loaded beam that are already loaded in this template. So I'm going to use the 305 by 165 by 40 universal beam pipe. Okay, going to use that one. I'm going to place it on level 2, right? And then I'm just going to create one line here. Okay, so for this beam, I'm going to make sure there are gaps within the beam and the wall because I'm going to add the steel plate later on. So I'm going to pass this beam to make sure it has gap between the beam and the wall. So the gap is around 13 mm. Okay, if I go to 3D view, it will look like this. Okay, let me just change this visual style to hidden line. Right, that is okay. That is the steel wall, the steel and the wall, steel beam and the wall. So now after that, I'm going to create the base plate. Okay, I'm going to create a steel base plate and the plate that are connected to the beam. To do that, I'm just going to a moment. Let me check. Okay, I'm just going to go to the steel tab here, and then under this fabrication element panel, there are plate options. Okay, so I click on this plate. Okay, so first thing Revit want us, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the work plane first before I draw the base plate. So right now the work plane for this base plate are are on the floor, which is on the floor level 2. Okay, so I'm not going to make sure these plates are going to attach to the wall. So I need to make sure the work plane of this base plate are on the wall. So before I draw the base plate, I need to go to this work plane panel. I click on this drop down set work plane, and then I click on this pick a plane. Alright, and then I bring my cursor to the wall, and then make sure I'm placing the work plane on face on the wall, click like that. Right, so after I click, now my work plane are on the face of the wall. Right, and then I move to south elevation. Right, this is the beam. I'm going to create one base plate here. Okay, so I'm going to use draw tools here. I'm going to use this rectangle tool. Just going to create one rectangle like that. Okay, after I create that, I'm going to dimension this base plate. So as you can see, after I create this rectangle, it will show me the dimension. So I'm going to use this dimension to resize my plate. Okay, to do that, I'm just going to click on that one. It will pop up this dimension. Then I'm going to click on this drag button, drag it until my beam. Like that. So it will show me the gap between the beam and then the line here. Okay, so this size for the dimension for that one will be 40 mm. Okay, the gap between the beam and the base plate line here is 40 mm. So same goes to this one. We're going to move this dimension to here. Then change this dimension to 40. Right? And then for the left side, okay, this is the dimension. Bring it to the left side of this steel beam, and this one will be 40. Then goes to the right side. Okay, 40. Right? And then after that, I'm going to click on finish. So once I click on finish, this error, this warning will pop up, which is the created element are only visible in detail view, detail level 5. So which means you only can see the steel panel, steel plate in view detail level 5. Okay, so to do that, you need to go to detail level down here, change it to 5, then you can see the plate. So if I go to 3D view, I need to do the same thing, change the view detail level to 5, then I can see the plate. Okay, so that is the plate. And I think I want to go to the level 2. This is the plate. Then you can see there's like a little bit gap there. So I want that one. I'm not going to attach this to the plate. I'm just going to make it a little bit gap there. Okay, so I'm okay with this plate. Okay, so the plate thickness, so let's say I'm going to change the plate thickness and the plate material. So to do that, change the plate thickness and the plate material. Just click on the plate that you created, and then I go to the properties. So there will be the parameter for the plate. So first thing is the material. So the material is still as 255. So let's say I'm going to use metal. So I just click on that one, and I click on this box with 3 dots. It will bring me to the material box. Okay. Okay, so that is the material box, and then I'm going to search for metal. Metal. uh, Down here. Just make it bigger. Okay, this one. I'm going to use this metal. So bring it to my project. Then I'm going to use that one. Then click on OK. Then let's say I want to change the thickness for this plate. So I just go back to the properties for this plate, and then there is the structure option. So under structure option, we have this thickness. So currently the thickness is 10 mm. Let's say I'm going to change it to 12, for example. So it will change my thickness to 12. Let me check in the level 2. Okay. Alright. So that is the plate that attaching to the wall. So let's say I'm going to create one more plate that attaching to the thing. So to do that, I'm just going to repeat the same step. Go to plate, and then I set the work plane to the face um of this beam. Okay, to do that, I just click on pick a plane, bring my cursor to this beam. So let's bring my cursor to this beam. Then make sure you are selecting the face. As you can see, so either uh, over is just showing you the one line, but actually, if I zoom out, it's actually selecting the face of the beam. So I click on that one, right? And then I'm just going to move my view to the left view. And from here, I'm just going to use this rectangle tool and then create a plate here. Okay, and then the plate size will be 300 by 250. And then you can see the rectangle are now bigger than the plate. So I'm just going to move it to center. So I select all like this, move, and then I'm going to find the center of this plate, then move it to the center of the base. It will show you like this, right? And then I click on finish. Right, so once I click on finish, I rotate my 3D. Okay, so that will be my plate for that attaching to the beam. So I go to level 2. I'm going to mirror this plate to the other side. Right. So to do that, I'm changing my graphic to wireframe. Right. And then I click. Before that, I'm going to change the material first. So I click on this plate and change the material metal just now. Hi, who are just coming in. Thank you for joining me. Okay, metal, same material. This one, right? And then I'm going to change the thickness, same as the base plate, which is 12 mm. Then I'm going to mirror it to the other side. So click on the plate there, and I'm going to use mirror draw axis here. Okay, then I'm going to find the center of the beam, this one, and then mirror it to the other side. Now, if I go to 3D view, I have my plate added to the beam and the wall. All right, so right now, I'm going to show you how Revit show that these both plates are connected. So I'm going to use weld. Okay, I'm going to use weld to show that these both plates are connected. So to use weld, I just go to steel tab here, and then under fabrication element panel, there are weld. Okay, so I click on that one, and then I click on the both panel here, and then I click on enter key. After I click on enter keys, it will ask me to place the web icon. So I'm going to place it at the center. Okay, so this icon showing that these both plates are connected using the weld. Okay, I'm going to use the same weld on the other side. Still weld both panel, center, and then around center of this plate. Right, this is the plate. So you can see this icon, this symbol showing that these both plates are connected using the weld. Right. So that's how you adding the weld to show that these both plates are connected. Right. So next one, I'm going to show you how to add fork. Okay, to add box, either you go to the south, north elevations, or you want to create the box in the level 2, the floor plan also can. But today I'm going to use 3D view to create the box. So to create board, I go to steel pad here, and then there is the fabrication panel. There is the box. Okay, I'm going to insert the board. So I click on this board. So after you click on this board, first thing that Revit wants us is to select the item that you want to connect. Okay, which is I want to connect these two these two plates. Okay, so I click on this plate. I click on Control key to my keyboard. Right, let me rotate first. Okay, I click on Control key, and then I click on this plate. Okay, so now both plates are selected. Then I can click on Enter key using my keyboard. Next one, Revit want us to select the face of the connection, which is the front uh, front of the box. Okay, you want the box here, or this is the front of the box, or this is the front of the box. Okay, the face of the box. So I'm going to make sure it's going to be this side going to be the front of the box. So I'll click on this plate face. Right, after you click on that plate face, it will show you the patterns of the box that you can add in your connection. So I'm going to use the rectangle pattern. Right, after I click on that one, I'm going to create the rectangle around the center of the plate. Like that. Okay. You can also adjust the dimension if you want. Right. So after that, I'm just going to click on finish. So once you click on finish, you can find that your bolts are now connected. All right. And then it will be connected according to what element that you selected just now. Right. Like I do just now. I select both plates. So now both plates are connected using the bolt. Okay. Let's say I want to change the number. I want to change the count of the box. I want to add box. So I just simply click on the box. Okay. And then I go to properties. So this is the parameter for the box. Other than you can add the number of the box, you can also change the type of the board, you can change the diameter of the board, and so on in the properties. Right? So here you can see this is the standard of this board, which is the type of the board. If you want to change it, you can just click drop down. There are more selections that you can use, okay, for the type of the board. And then this is the grid of the board. And then this is the diameter of the board. So if let's say I want to change to 12 mm, so the board will be smaller, right? And then down, if you scroll down a bit, you will find this number of side 1, number on side 2. This is the number or the count of the board. So let's say I want to have 6 board added to this plate. So I'm going to make sure for side number 1 is 3 and side number 2 is 3. So it will become 6 box like that. Okay. Right. So that's how you add the box in your Revit. So let's say I'm going to add the anchor. Other than board, we also can add connection using anchor. So I go back to the Fill tab, go to the fabrication panel, and then I click this box drop down. Right? So after I click this box drop down, there are anchor options for you to add. So I'm going to use this one. Right? Same as the box placement, you need to pick the element or the item that you want to add the anchor. So for example, I want to add this anchor to this base plate that connected to the wall. So I click on that one, then I click enter. So once I click enter, same thing it will ask, which is it will ask for you to pick the face of the anchor. So I'm going to make sure it's picking the face of the anchor, which is the face of the base plate. So I just click on that one, and then I go to the front view to make it easier for me to add the rectangle, so rectangle pattern, and then maybe here, okay, and then I just click on finish. So once I click on finish, it will add my anchor there, and then let's say I want to adjust it a little bit, so I just go back to edit pattern up here, and then maybe make it smaller. Okay, finish. Okay, and then let's say I want to change the type of the anchor, so I'll just click on the anchor. It goes to standard. Actually, it's the same thing as the board, but the difference is this one is using the anchor. Okay, so I'm going to use the UFJ round. Sorry. Yeah, UFJ round, right? And then maybe I'll change the diameter to let me see, it's bigger, right? I want that one, maybe 16 mm. Yeah, 16 mm, right? And then let's say I want to add for these two row, I want to add 4 boards. So 4 boards this side and 4 boards this side. So that one, I need to go to the properties. I only change the number of the side 2. Okay, number on the side 2. Click on that one and then change this one to 4. Oh, sorry, not number side 2. It's actually number side 1. This one, change it to the 4. Alright, so that is the anchor that I want to connect things. I want it to connect to the wall. Okay, so now I'm done connecting the base plate to the wall. So let's say I change this view to realistic. Okay, right? And then let's say I want to see this anchor inside of the wall. So I just click on the wall. I need to make sure this visibility for the wall are not too too solid. Okay, I want to make it transparent. So I right click on the wall, change the override graphic view by element. So maybe I increase the transparency for the wall. On apply. Okay. So now, even though I didn't select the wall, I can see the anchor inside the wall. Maybe a little bit more. Right click, override element. Okay, right. So now I'm done creating the connection within the wall and the steel beam. So let's say I want to use this steel connection to the other beam. Let's say I have other element that I want to use this beam. So I can create this as a steel connection set. Okay, so to do that, I just go to the steel tab, right? And then I go to this connection panel. So I click on this connection, structural connection. So I click on that one, and then you just click the beam, right? Once you click the beam, you click on enter keys on the keyboard. So once you click on enter key, customize panel will pop up, right? So I click on that customize panel. That will pop up this create custom connection. So I need to rename this custom connection. So after this, I can use this connection to the other beam. So maybe this one wall, this uh beam. Okay, wall with this steel beam, for example. And then I click on OK. So once you click on OK, this edit custom connection part will pop up, which is you need to select the one you created just now, the element that you created just now in one set. You want to add it in one set, right? So I just click on this add button. And then I select all of the elements that I selected, that I created, that I add just now, which is the base plate, the anchor, the box, okay, the base, the plate for the beam, like that. I just select all like this, and then I click on finish. Okay, so now if I click on this connection, it will show me the it will be in one set. So if I click on this one, now everything are in one set. So if I want to add one more steel beam, okay, I add one more steel beam here. Okay, then I'm going to use this steel beam to this beam, steel connection, sorry. I'm going to use this steel connection, this steel beam. Okay, so I'll just connect things like that. So, moment. Wait, I'm going to copy this one. Right? So now I can copy the overall steel connection, the custom steel connection that I created to the other beam, to the other steel beam. Like that. Okay. So now I can save this one, and then maybe I want to use it to the other level, to the other element, then I can use it. Right? So I think that's all for today. Any questions? Right? So I believe there are no questions. So I just I think there is. All right. So question from Miss Amira. How to change the spacing within the center box to the end of the plate or the center to center. All right. To change the space within the box. Okay, good question, Miss Amira. Okay, I click on this because I already created this set this connection as a set of the steel connection. So to edit the connection again, to edit the custom connection again, so I just click on this custom connection. You need to go to this edit setting. You want to edit what inside the connection, let's say the box or the plate, you need to go to edit here because everything now are in one set. So I click on edit, and then I can click on this box. Okay, so to change the length within the box or to change the length, the span, so you just click on the box that we created just now. You go to properties. So there is the length on side 1, length on side 2, or you can also change using this intermediate distance on side 1, on side 2, or the edge. So these three items, let me just make it bigger for you. Right. Okay. Or these three settings are for the distance within the box. Right? So let's say I change the length on side 1 to 300. So as you can see, it will change the uh, distance within the box, right? Let's say I change this one for the top to the bottom, like the vertical span. So this one will be maybe 250. So you can see my box, my distance within the box are now longer, right? Maybe I want to make it smaller, so change it 250. So this one also, maybe this one 150 only. Okay, so now the distance within the box are changing. Right? And then the intermediate distance is the distance within the uh, usually this one will follow the distance within the length, right? Usually this intermediate distance will follow the length of the side, right? So I think okay, so we will update, right? So this is the new distance within the box, and then it will also update two other connection that let's say I have four more connection, I'm using this one. So it will automatically update and override every connection that I just added. Right? I think there's one more question. Okay. Question for AHO Zainurin. Alright. Can this design analyze the terrain? I think for analyze the terrain, um, you need to do a moment. Let me check first because you sure. Mm, analyze. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because this one just for look only. Mm. Maybe I need to check on that one first. Okay, Miss. Oh, sorry. Uh, uh, mm, Zainurin. Okay, Zainurin. Maybe I'm going to check on that one first because I'm not sure whether this design can analyze the strength because they analyze structural analytic model here only for load only. There's no for the like you want to analyze for the steel connection. Right? Let me check on that one first. Maybe in the next acrylic lesson I will let you know right about that. Okay, CCW. Question for CCW. Malaysian boards are grade 8.8 or 4.6. How to set this board standard? Let me see first. Let me see if the standard are in the parameter just now. Let's take that one. Actually, the grade depends on the standard that you use. So let me see. Need to find it here actually. What now? Grade 8.8. Maybe you need to find the standard have 8.8. Oh, this one. Okay. So if you want to use a Malaysian board with grade 8.8 or 4.6, so if you want to use, so for example, you want to use a different grade of the board, so you need to make sure the standard of the board has the grade that you want. So for example, just now I'm using the other one. Okay, I'm using this one. English 143668. So for this standard, the grade for this standard only have 10.9. So let's say you want to use the 8.8 grade. So you need to check other standard that have your grade. So for example, I'm using this one, EN 1436399.3. So this one has 8.8 grade. Okay. So let's say you want to use the 4.6. So find, you need to find the standard that has 4.6 here in the standard list. Right? Okay. Now this is grade 8.8. And so the parameter of all instances of the wall base steel beam will be updated. Okay. Moment. How to make the board with two nuts? Normally we put two nuts. Sorry for your question. Do you mean that you want to have board with both sides have nuts? Okay. Do you mean by that? Both sides. No, one side and with two. Oh, one side and with two nuts. Alright, I understand on that one. Same. I think that the answer would be the same. Okay, you need to check here the standard here. You check either the standard here have that kind of bolt that both have two sides. So you need to check like one by one which one is which one has two side of bolt. Two nuts in one side. Okay, because I'm not sure which one, but you can try. You can try find any standard here that has that design? I think it's just one nut. That's also one nut. You need to find it here. Because everything, the both depend on this standard book type. Okay, did I answer your question? All right, you're welcome. Thank you for the question. Actually, it's pretty good question. All right. So any other questions? All right. So I believe there is okay. Some books we do with chemical, like example QC. Oh, you want that standard QC standard. Maybe you can good family. Okay. Give this one. Let me see if I can look good family. Oh, I didn't have the library here. Hmm. So I didn't have example of other book standard that I need uh, that I can bring into my project into my model today. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let's say you have actually if you have your own like your own brand of nuts, your own brand of screw, you have your own brand of bolt. Actually, you can use root family. Okay. You can add it like one by one like that. So this one, I just using the standard from Revit. Okay. So if you have your own like book type, so you can add by look family. Then you can do the design. Okay. So because if let's say you want to add the book from Hilti, for example, so you need to have the family, the book family, and then you can add in your model like that. Okay, so it will not be under field connection, it will be under family. That one will be under family. Right? All right, you're welcome, Miss Amira. Did I answer your questions, CCW? All right, okay. You are welcome, CCW. So, any more questions before we end our lesson today? Hmm. All right. So, I believe that is, oh, that's it for today lesson. Okay. Just for a quick one. Okay, if you are new here, just want to let you know that you can go to our website, and then if you want to re-watch today's lesson, you can just scroll down, you go to our YouTube channel. Okay, so if you want to re-watch our previous lessons or today lesson, you go to our YouTube channel and you go to live tab here, and then you will find our previous pre-online lessons that are already being loaded into our YouTube channel. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you everyone